It's Virgo season, magic makers. And if you're a Sagittarius like me, you might it might not be your favorite season. No, that has nothing to do with being Sagittarius. That's just my own personality. But we're going to talk about Virgo season today, a little bit about the expansion archetypes. We're going to talk about harvesting and the last month of summer and all the goodness. So let's do it. We know that you were born magical. We know that you are intuitive, and we know that you are brimming with everyday enchantment. Here at the Sisters Enchanted, we believe in intention, we believe in intuition, and we believe in everyday magic. Welcome in to the Expedition to Soul podcast. Welcome to today's episode of Expedition to Soul. I'm Sarah, founder of the Sisters Enchanted, and Virgo season. Virgo is one of our earth signs. And yeah, no, that's not where it ends. So Virgo season happens from about August 23rd through the first day of fall or the autumn equinox, September 22nd, thereabouts. So that includes that there, the equinox. It is our last month of summer. So Virgo is a summer sign, and how you relate to the energy of Virgo is going to be largely dependent on where Virgo is in your birth chart. So if you don't know where that is, you might want to pull a birth chart and check it out. But one thing that everybody can know about Virgo being an earth sign is that Virgo does have a nurturing sort of aspect to it in that it's an earth sign, but also around harvest. So this is the harvest season of the year. Virgo is right in the middle of the first and second, or not in the middle. It's the first harvest season or festival is Lunasaw, which comes around August 1st. And then we have Mabon, which is the witches' Thanksgiving. That's our second harvest festival, which is about September 21st, 22nd. And that is, of course, when Virgo season ends. So we kind of encompass with Virgo this time between the first two harvest festivals. So when we look at the energy of Virgo, regardless of what your birth chart might say, we can all consider this question of harvest and where are we tending to that which we would like to harvest, or where are we not tending to it? Where are we harvesting for others, not for ourselves? The thing about that Virgo energy is that it is meticulous. Virgo is a, dare I say, perfectionist kind of energy. Meticulous, I think, is more the word than perfectionist. Perfectionism is a very anxious kind of quality to have. So let's go with meticulous. Looking for structure. Virgo is a very structured sort of energy. It's a to-do list energy. It's it's a connection energy, connecting with others for sure. And through that connection, though, is, even though it's an earth sign, it's very much a organizing the people kind of thought process. So we bring our thoughts in that way with organization. When I think of Virgo, I think of cleaning your house, organizing your house. And as we round out the summer season, this Virgo energy is amazing for that. Getting the last signs of summer put away, transitioning to the next season. And with that harvest energy, we certainly can look at what it is that we still want to harvest from this season before we transition into the next season. What still needs to be done. And I love that the Virgo season ends with this big heap of gratitude, this witches' Thanksgiving with the autumn equinox. I think that is so beautiful and such a great way to round out the summer and ride off of that Virgo energy, making sure we got everything done that we wanted to get done with the summer months before we move into fall, which is all about dreaming, releasing, gratitude, and putting into place our vision for the future. So in our Stay Magic magazine, which is a free digital magazine that we offer, we have prompts or questions for our expansion archetypes for the different zodiac seasons. And so if you don't know your expansion archetype, we also have a quiz there to help you find that. So we'll link up the Stay Magic magazine is free. So you definitely want to get your hands on that. But the question that I posed for this Virgo season was the same for all of the archetypes. So even if you don't know your expansion archetype, which is the archetype that will explain to you where you're how you can create and how you might be sabotaging right now, depending on where you are energetically in life. But the question that I posed when I wrote this for all of the archetypes, or anybody listening to this or watching or whatever, the question here is, what am I harvesting right now because of a decision I made at some other moment in time? So, what are you harvesting right now because of a decision that you made at some other moment in time? And when we think about this, we can harvest things that are amazing and abundant, but we can also perhaps harvest something unexpected. Maybe a rogue seed got put in that we didn't realize was going in, or maybe our harvest turned to crap and it's like not usable. And we have to use it as compost for something else, right? So, what are you harvesting right now in your life as a result of a decision that you made in the past? And I want you to think about all the different ways that a harvest can be, not just a perfect harvest, but all of the different ways that a harvest could be for you. And consider that right now, because as we round out the summer, this is a little bit of shadow work for you to do before we move on to the next season. A few episodes ago, I talked about time as an illusion. And one of the concepts that supports that is the fact that time is cyclical. We live in cyclical time. We don't actually live in linear time. In our cycle, this is the end of one season and we're about to cycle into another one, right? And even that is a little bit of an illusion because we celebrate at the autumn equinox equal light and equal day here on Earth. But the reality is, Earth is always under 50% light and 50% dark, 100% of the time. But it's our perception and where we are on the planet that allows us to perceive that just for that moment, that day, twice per year, that we're under equal light and equal dark. So it's our perception of the situation. And when we realize that it's all perception, right? Everything can change for us. So right now, what are you harvesting because of a decision you made at some other moment in time? Think about that as a thought prompt for you to round out the summer as we move through the Virgo month or here, this Virgo zodiac where the sun is in Virgo. If you know your birth chart, look at what is in Virgo for you, because this is where the sun is sitting right now and where this energy might be highlighted. This energy of harvest, of this like meticulous sort of energy, this to-do list kind of energy, wrapping things up as we move into gratitude and round out with that, which is Thanksgiving. All right. So there you go. Some Virgo for you. If you have not yet picked up your copy of my new book, Born Magic, you still have a few days left to order it during the pre-order bonus period where you're going to get a free inner child healing class that I'm going to host in September, as well as a special edition of our Stay Magic magazine, which is digital. It's a PDF to coincide with the Born Magic book. So you've got a few more days left to grab that. If you haven't grabbed yours yet, I'm so excited for everybody to start getting them. They should start shipping on August 31st. All right, before we go, let me pull a card for you to round us out of this episode. Let's see what we get here. I pulled, the Six of Imps, which is the Six of Wands. I love this Halloween tarot. I use it all the time. It's just a pretty cute little deck here. All right, this is our Six of Wands card. And what I love about this is, especially with this season that we are in, because we are in a fire season, it's the last of the fire season. But with the six here, it comes after conflict at the five. And there's this sense at the Six of Wands that everything, like we've gotten it together, everything's in order. There's this like risen above sense to it. Often we'll see a person riding a horse that's kind of higher than the crowd beneath them. And here we see our six imps riding on a horse up high off the ground. And they're all looking kind of like content and looking at each other. So I think here, with our Six of Wands energy, as we wrap up this episode and move through Virgo season here, consider where it is, again, with your harvest, that you can sort of rise above the result. That's what's coming through for us here. Where can you see that, where in your harvest is it not ideal, but you can rise above the result, and still be impassioned by what's to come, even if the current result isn't exactly what you wanted it to be. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for listening into today's episode. Grab your last chance here to grab the summer edition of Stay Magic. The fall edition will be rolling out soon. That is our free digital magazine. And a few more days left to get your copy of Born Magic on pre-order, so you get those extra bonuses. Until next time, I hope that you have an enchanted rest of your day ahead. If you liked this episode of the Expedition to Soul podcast, please rate, review, subscribe. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, it will really help us spread everyday magic, intention, and intuition to the masses, and helps us so much as a small business. Be sure to hit that subscribe button on your favorite podcasting platform so you never miss an episode. There are new episodes every Tuesday. And as always, thank you so much for listening and being part of the community here at the Sisters Enchanted. And we'll see you in the next episode.